Haaretz et Yeshuat Eloheinu Ariu Ladonai Kol Haaretz Nitzchu v'rananu v'zameru Zamru Ladonai Bechinor v'chol Zimra v'chatzrot v'chol Shofar Hariu lifnei hamelech Adonai Yiram hayam umlo Tevel v'yoshveiva Meharot yimhau chaf Yachad harim yiranenu Lifnei Adonai kiva Lishbot haaretz, Lishbot tevel b'tzedek, Ve'yamim b'meisharim, Page 19 or 53. Adonai Malach Yirguzu Amim Yashev Kruvim Tanat Haaretz Adonai B'Tzion Gadol Ramhu Al Kol Ha'amim Yodu Shimcha Gadol Manor Kadosh Yirguzu Ramamu Adonai Him Yishtakavah Moshe Ramamu Adonai Eloheinu V'yishtachavu L'char Kodsho Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Please rise, page 20 or 54. Mizmor leDavid, Havul Adonai b'nei lim, Havul Adonai, Kavod va'oz, Hay, Havul Adonai, Kevod Shemo, B'hadrat Kodesh, Kol Adonai al Hamayim, El hakavod hirim Adonai al mayim rabim Kol Adonai bakoach Ay Kol Adonai behadar Kol Adonai shove arazim Vaishaber Adonai et arzei halvanon Vayarkidem kemo egel Lebanon Vesiryon kemo ben re'emim Ay Kol Adonai Chotzev lavotesh Yachil Midbar, Yachil Adonai Midbar Kadesh, Kol Adonai Yachol Elai Alot, Vayechesof, Ye'arot, Uvheichalo, Kulo Omer Kavod, Adonai lama bo yashav vayeshem Adon Melech leolam Adonai oz le'amor yitein Adonai Yavarech et amo b'shalom Dai 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 Yai dai 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 Yai dai 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 Yai dai dai Bottom of page 20 or 54. Anna bekoach, bekoach, gedulat yamincha, yamincha, tatir tserura, kabel rinatamcha, sagavenu, taharenu, nora. Anna bekoach, gedulat yamincha, tatir tserura, tatir tserura, kabel rinatamecha, sagavenu, taharenu, nora. Dai, 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 dai. Hi, dai, 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 dai. Yai, dai, 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 dai. Yai, dai, dai, dai. Page 21 or 56. Lecha dodi likrat kala yadadai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala yadadai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad hishmiyanu el hamyuchad Adonai echad Ushmo echad l'shem ultiferet v'liktila lecha dodi likrat kala yadadai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala yadadai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela likrat Shabbat l'chu v'nelcha Ki miko ha-baracha merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machshavati la lecha dodi likrat kala yadadai 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 pnei Shabbat lecha dodi likrat kala yadadai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela mikdash melech ir melucha kumitzi mitoch hafecha rav shevet b'emek habacha v'hu yachamol alayichem la lecha dodi likrat kala yadadai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi yadadai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela hidnari meyafar kumi live she bigdei tifartekami al yad ben yishai bet halachmi karva el nafshi gala lecha dodi likrat kahala pnei Shabbat had nekabela hitorari kiva orech kumi uri shir daberi kivod Adonai alayich nigla lecha dodi likrat kahala pnei Shabbat nekabela lo tevoshi velo tikalmi ma tishtochachi u'matemi bach yechesu ani eyami v'nivnata ir al tila lecha dodi Likrat kala panei Shabbat nekabela hayulim shisa sho asayik verachaku kol mevalayich yasis alayich Elohayich kimsos chatan al kala lecha dodi likrat kala panei Shabbat nekabela yamin usmol tifrotzi viet Adonai ta'aritzi al yadish ben parzi v'nismacha v'nakila lecha dodi likrat kala panei Shabbat nekabela Boi v'shalom ateret ma'ala gam besimcha u'sachala tov kemunei am segula boi chala lecha dodi likrat kala panei Shabbat nekabela Page 23 or 59. Mizmor shir leyom hashabat tov lehodot ladonai uzamer l'shimcha elyon uzamer l'shimcha elyon lechagid baboker chastecha fi emunatcha baleilot Alei asov alei navel, alei higayon bechino. Mizmor shir leyom hashabat, tov lehodot ladonai, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. Tzadikata ha'yifrach ke'erez balvanon yizkeh shetulim beveit Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu od yenuvun b'seiva t'shenim verananim yiyu lehagid ki asha Adonai suri velo avlatavo Adonai malach gaud lavesh Adonai oz hati azor afti konte vel baltimore nachon kesochem Mikolot Mahayim, Mayim Rabim, Adirim, Adirim, Mishpareyam. Mikolot Mahayim, Mayim Rabim, Adirim, Adirim, Mishpareyam. Adir Bamarom, Haidai, Adir Bamarom, Haidai, Adir Bamarom, Adonai, Adir Bamarom, Haidai, Adir Bamarom, Haidai, Adir Bamarom, Adonai. Vedotecha ne'emnu me'od lebeitcha na'ava kodesh Adonai la'orech yamim. So your site list for this Shabbat is Shraga Ben Zvi, cousin of Ephraim Segal, Roland Goldklank, father of Janice Goldklank, Richard Weiss, father of Peter Weiss, Bernie Leisman, mother of Steve Leisman, Arthur Rabin, husband of Rita Rabin, father of Cynthia Golub, father of Elliot Rabin and a founding member, Les Rosenberg, husband of Sybil Rosenberg, Rose Windman, mother of Joel Windman. And on our memorial board, we remember Lillian Hall and Mayor Goldenberg. And for anybody observing a yurtzeit, please rise. And Mourner's Kaddish is on page 62 or 24. 24. Yitgadal, Yitkadash, Shemei Rabbah. Bi'alma, Divra, Chirutei, V'yamlich, Malchutei. B'chayechon, Uvyomechon, Uvchayei, D'chol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala, Uvizman Kariv, V'yimru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevarach, Le'olam, Ulamei Omaya, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitramam, V'yitnasei, V'yitadar, V'yitalei, V'yitalal, Shemei D'Kudisha, V'rechu, V'elah min kol birchata v'shirata, Tush b'chata v'nechamata, Ta'amiram bi'alma v'yimru, Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba min Shemaya, V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru, Amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, Hu yasei shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru, Amen. Any takers for Mara?
You're doing so well, Darren.
Any takers to do a little bar or a little something? You didn't prepare?
Well, I can speak about it.
No, let's not. Words are baseball, I guess, right?
I can speak religiously.
We're going to move to Mariv, which starts on page,
Darren,
yes, sir.
I do have something I want to say.
And please, that's fine.
What face the,
You can come up, because people in the camera can see you. Yes.
So, everybody's out there. So, I don't know how this reflects in this week's portion or anything, but just something that I've been noticing as I'm getting a little bit older and I see my peers and other people getting older and people get sick and people pass away. And I think it's really important that we appreciate people while they're here and while they're well, because you never want to have regrets. You never want to have someone pass and say, gee, I wish I would have spent more time with them. I wish I would have told them I love them. I think it's so important. I think as a Jewish community, I think we do this a lot. But I just think it's so important just to, even if it's just to reach out to somebody that you haven't seen in a while, hey, how you doing? Just let people feel like they're important, that they count, that they matter. I think that's something that we do, and I think that's important. And it's just, I have a friend of mine, her sister's very sick, and she's looked after her sister like her whole life. And I told her, I said, look, you've looked after Diane her whole life, you've taken care of her. I said, hopefully she'll be well, but you know what, you've always been there for her. There are no regrets. There's no, I should have done more. And I think as I'm getting older, I'm realizing just how important that is, and I just wanted to share that with everybody.
Fine, beautiful, very nice. No problem. We're going to go to page 28, 464. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamavorach. Baruch Adonai Hamavorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Le'enim HaKol V'zeh B'Yivrim. U'ma'avir yom, u'ma'avir laila, u'matil ben yom u'ben laila, Adonai Sabaoth Shema, al chai v'kayom tamid yamlich aleinu v'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim, page 29 and 65. Avat olam Beit Yisrael, hamcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shachveinu uvkumeinu nasiach bechukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha u'b'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed ki hem chayenu v'yorech yameinu Uvahem neger yomam v'layla, yomam v'layla. V'yavdachal tisom imenu li'olamim, Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amar Yisrael, page 3066. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. V'yavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol lebavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha v'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavacha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'beitecha v'lechtecha b'derech u'kshavtecha u'kumecha u'kshatom le'yot ha'yodecha v'hayu letotafot b'ninecha u'chtavtam Al mezuzot beitecha u'v'isharecha. Adonai Elohechem emet, page 3270. Emet v'emunah kol zov v'kayom alenu. U'malchuto k'ratzon kiblu aleihem, Moshe v'nei Yisrael l'chanu, Anu shira b'simcha rabba v'yamru kulam, Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh, Nora tihilat osei feleh, Malchut chora'u vanecha, Boker yam lifnei Moshe, Ze Eli anu v'yamru, Adonai yimloch ve'olam va'ed, V'ne'ema ki fadad Adonai et Yaakov u'galo miyod chazak b'meinu Baruch atah Adonai gal Yisrael Hashkiveinu Adonai le'enu shalom v'yom deinu makenu chayim u'solis k'shlameka Ushmor Seitenu, Uvenu Lachayim Shalom Yatavi Ad Olam, Ufrosaling Sukat Shalomecha, Baruch Ata Adonai, Hapor Reis Sukat Shalom Aleinu Vial Kol Ama Yisrael, Vial Yerushalayim. Please rise on page 34 or 74. Veshameru B'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat La'asot et HaShabbat Ledoratam Berit Olam Hai Dai Dai Beini Uven B'nei Yisrael Oti Le'olam Ki Sheishet Yamin Asa Adonai et HaShamayim V'et ha'aretz Uvayom HaShavi'i Shabbat Vayi Nafas Yitkadav Yitkadav Shemei Rabbah V'yamad Yibrach Yerotei V'yamlech Machotei V'chayechonu V'yimeichonu V'chayetechol Beit Yisrael Like Allah is Mankarev V'yimru Amen Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mavorach Yalom Ulmai Meil Maya Yitbarach Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitbav V'yitramam V'yitnasev V'yitadav V'yitalev V'yitalat Shmei Dekudisha Le'elam Mikol Brechata V'shirata Tush B'chata V'nechamata Daberam B'yamav V'yimru Amen. The Amidah starts on page 35 A or B, and it's said silently, and we'll do the repetition when we're done. Repetition for the Marav is on page 47 or page 89. Vayachulu hashamayim v'haaretz v'chol sevam vayachol Elohim bayom hashvi'i milachto asher asa vayishbot bayom hashvi'i mikol malachto asher asa vayavorech Elohim et yom hashvi'i Vaykadesh oto ki bo Shabbat mikol malachta asher bara Elohim lasot Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Well Hagadol, Hagibor, Vanra, El Elyon, Konei Shamayim ve'aretz, Magen Avot bidvaro, Mechaye Meitim b'ma'amaro, Ha'el HaKadosh she'ein kimohu, Hameniach liyamo, B'yom Shabbat kodsho, Kivam Ratzal Aniach Lachem, Kivam Ratzal Aniach Lachem, Lefanav Na'avod B'yira v'fachad, V'nodeh Lishmo B'chol Yom Tamid, Me'yon HaBerachot, El HaHodaot, Adon HaShalom, Mekadesh HaShabbat, Umvarach Shavi, Umeniach B'Kedusha, Li'amidu Shnei Oneg, Zecher L'Masei Bereshit, Eloheinu, Elohei Avoteinu, Retzei V'Mnuchatenu, Kadeshenu b'mitzvotecha, V'tein Chelkeinu b'toratecha, Sahabeinu mituvecha, V'samcheinu b'shuatecha, V'taheh libeinu, Li'avdecha b'yemet, V'hanchileinu, Adonai Eloheinu, V'yahava uvratzon, Shabbat Kodshecha v'yanuchu v'Yisrael Mekadeshei Shemecha Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat Yikadav Yikadav Shemei Rabbah V'yamad Yivrach Shuvotei V'yamlech Malchutei B'chayechonu v'yameichonu V'chayedechu Beit Yisrael V'agalav Zman Karev v'yimmeru Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevorach V'yalon Le'amel Maya Yitbarach Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitbahav V'yitramam Yinasei V'yitadav V'yitzalei V'yitzalei Shemei Dekudisha V'yelam Min Kol B'chatav V'shiratav Tush B'chatav V'nechematav Damiram B'yalma V'yimmeru Amen Titkabel Selosano V'oton T'chol Yisrael Kadam Avuvon Divish Maya v'yimmeru. Yesh lama rabba mishmaya v'chaim aleni v'koyisrael v'yimmeru. Osei shalom b'mrumav hu yasei shalom aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimmeru. Amen. Any takers for Kiddush? Sasha, you up for it? I'll take that as a no. I tried. It was a no.
Is it wine or grape juice?
Oh, I don't know. We could make it wine. Does that make a difference?
What is it?
I don't know.
Grape juice.
Yeah, why? You would do it if it was wine? Okay. Page 49 or 93. Savrit. Chaim. Baruch atah Adonai melech haolam porei peri agafen. Baruch atah Adonai melech haolam asher kisham b'mitzvotav ratzavanu. V'shabbat kodsho b'yavav ratzanchi nchilanu. Zikaron l'masei bereshit. Ki hu yom tehila l'mikra'ei kodesh. Zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim. Kivanu v'charta ve'otanu kidashta. Ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha v'yavov ratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. That's great, just right. Page 51 or 91. 98. Bayach ladon hakol latet kedula liyotzeh breshit. Asanu kavayei haratzot velo samanu k'mishpachot hadama. Sam chelkeinu kahem vegoralenu kechol hamonat. Vanachnu korim umistachavim umodim. Lifnei melech malchei hamlachim. Hakadosh Baruch Hu Shehu Notei Shamayim Umoshav Yikarom Bashamayim Ima Ushkinatu Zo Begol V'Meheromim Hu Eloheinu Einod Emet Mokeinu Hefez Ulatov בתורתו וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד על כן נקבל כל אלוהינו לרום וכל בני כסף ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. Page 52 or 101, one is Kaddish, Yitgadal, V'Yitkadash, Shemei Rabbah, V'Alma, Divrach, Yerutei, V'Yamlich Malchutei, V'Chayechon, U'Yomechon, U'V'Chayei, T'chol Beit Yisrael, V'Agala, V'Zman Kariv, V'Yimru, Yehei Shemei Rabbah, Mevarach, V'Alam, V'Lamei Almaya. Yitbarach, v'yistabach, v'yitpa'ah, v'yitramam, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadav, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei d'kudisha, b'rechu, le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, ta'amiram b'yalma, v'yimru, amen. Yehei shlam rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael, v'yimru, amen. Ol say shalom b'mramah. Hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'yimaru, amen.
Before you go, announcement, John.
Yes, I think as a
Yep.
long-standing, not quite as long-standing as,
Didn't have bad things to say, people that, whatever. Okay. Just in case there's somebody online, if you're online, if you're online and you come tomorrow, we need people to make a minyan tomorrow. Kiddush sponsorship, please contact Andrew Rothberg to volunteer or for more information. Tikkun Olam, the PJC continues to help hearts and homes for refugees with the resettlement of 2 refugee families in New Rochelle. More volunteers are needed. If you would like to volunteer or would like more information, please contact Mike Dworkin via email. Our Jewish adult education program continues. Havertah Learning with the Rabbi will also continue by request. That means studying with him personally, or with multiple people together with the rabbi. Please reach out to Rabbi Resnick if you are interested. There's also virtual links for details for when we start up again in September for our Lunch and Learn. Eat lunch and learn. Join us as we prepare for the high holiday season. That's the name. So that's simple. Elul workshops will take place on Wednesdays. Oh, that's probably instead of Lunch and Learn. Oh, no, it's at dinner. Dinner and Learn. September 7th, 14th, 21st, and 7:30 here at the PJC after dinner with Rabbi Resnick and Jack Klebanow. Very important for the high holiday season. Very exciting times are coming as we are going to start again our beautiful honey, what are we calling it this year? Honeygrams, bags of love. Give sweetness to your fellow PJCers. Send a little love with a honeygram. Keep your eye out on the announcements this week. Any level of donation is welcome, of course. But we would like all to participate because it is a beautiful mitzvah. We're starting a garden group, learning about gardens. We're going to do for the three to honor kind of like the 3 holidays of the year. We're starting a garden group. We're going to meet in honor of actually in 9/11. We're going to start at John Casper. We're going to visit John Casper's garden, Heather Eliezer's garden, and I think David Half's garden. See different things, a native garden, a woodland garden, and a vegetable garden. And we have overgrown gardens. We're going to have to discuss. We'll do maybe a little reading in honor of those lost and for 9/11. But we'll also talk about tips for between the harvest and how to prepare your garden for next year. And then we'll also do one before next Shavuos. We'll do like a May, and we'll probably do actually a Sukkot event, see a real fall garden, Heather Eliezer's garden in the fall, and perhaps some other members, if you have fall gardens, it's nice to see in different seasons, or maybe we'll go to the botanical garden together. That would be a nice thing to do. And then we're also going to do it on Shavuot. So we're going to try to hit it 3 times a year, and so would that be May, where we're going to talk about preparing our gardens for the summer, and then we'll meet in the summer too. So we're going to start this new thing. You don't have to be a real gardener. You should see mine. It's like Jurassic Park, but I am full of enthusiasm. So come, and John and I have been sharing our gardens for 3 years together.
Well, I've been taking your food.
Exactly. John and I have been sharing a garden. He eats
She grows it.
I grow it, and he picks zucchini flowers and makes it for both of us. So he cooks. He cooks, he collects zucchini flowers, and then he makes it, temporizes it for both of us, and he shares with us. It's like the PJC doing the love in a whole different way. Come read with us. Our next book club meeting will be on Wednesday, September 14th at 8 p.m. on Zoom. We will be discussing The Orchard, appropriately, by David Hopin. Interested in going to Israel, contact Adam Gerber, and the emails in your booklet, for information on the trip being planned for June 2023. I think that's all. The holidays are coming. Avi Noam is coming. Yay! Okay, that's it. Oh, Janice, would you love, it would be lovely if you want to share, if you feel in the mood to share a couple words about your dear father.
Oh, thank you. That's very sweet.
Can you come up here so that the people online, if there's any people online? We would like to know if you actually are online, so sometime during the week, please email holidays@thepjc.org, because we really would like to know who is using the online service. Thank you.
Thank you. You gonna stay here with me?
I just wanted to do this because I think it's important.
Yeah.
Every
nice.
time you learn something. It's kind of crazy. I started when I was in sisterhood, going to, because I sort of had to, go to people's shivas to honor and respect them, and I learned about being a good daughter, a good parent, and being just a good person because of hearing things at people's shivas. Last night we went to Ethan Bronner's mom's shiva. I didn't know him from a hole in the head. And it was the best, it was just really wonderful to
sorry
be
I
with
missed that.
with a
Yeah.
community member on this, and I learned beautiful
they're a
things about
lovely
his mom,
family.
and it was a really lovely, I don't know if you can say that, but I love shivas. I mean, I don't know, I think you get what I mean, anyway.
Well, thank you. Yeah, this marks the 50th anniversary of my father's death. He died in 1972, and I was in high school, I was a teenager, and it was very, very devastating. It still feels devastating 50 years later, but he was a really good guy. His name was Roy Goldklang, and he was an avid boater. He had a boat that he kept in Mamaroneck, which is why we lived in Mamaroneck, and I grew up in Mamaroneck. And ironically, we live in his house in Mamaroneck. So what goes around comes around, I guess. And even Dan has a little boat. And this year we, right at the harbor in Mamaroneck, right at the marina where he used to, not the marina, but the harbor basin where he kept his boat, we dedicated a bench in his honor so we can sit by the water and think of him. And, he and my mother had a short marriage. I think they were married like 22 years or something. It certainly wasn't long enough. He was in his 40s, she was in her 40s. So it was hard. It had a big impact on all of our lives. But just a few weeks ago, that guy Jerry called me. One of his friends a colleague who he had worked with, obviously more than 50 years ago, called me out of the blue. The guy has to be really up there in years, and just went on and on about what a sweet man my father was. So that was nice. Anyway, thank you for the opportunity to say a little bit about him. And yeah, we named Romy after Roy. So anyway, thank you.
Dollars on page 53 or 114. Im Chai v'yishtabach nimsa v'yein el metziyotav echad v'yen yachid b'yehuda nelam v'gam ein sod katuto ein lo d'mutaguf v'yein lo guf lo na'aroch elav kedushato kadman l'chol davar asher nivra Rishon v'yen Reshit l'Reshito Hino Adon Olam Ve'kol Notzar Yoreg Gdulato Malchuto Shofen Nevuato Netano El Anshe Segulato V'Tifarto V'Yisrael K'Moshe Od Navi Ma'abid Et Munato Torah Timet Natan Li'amoel Al Yad Neviyon Emam Beito Lo Yachal Ephraim V'lo Yamir Gato Le'olamim Lezulato Sofev Yodea Setareinu Mabit L'sof Davar V'Kadmato Gomel Ish Chesed Kamifalo Noten Rasha Rakarishato Yishtach L'Ketz Yamim Mashiachenu Liftot Mahakekei Teshuato Mirtim L'Hayel Berov Chasta Baruch Deyad Shem Tehilato Meitim L'Hayel Berov Chasta Baruch Deyad Shem Tehilato Shabbat Shalom, thanks everybody. Next week, you're welcome. And next week, it's a kind of a tough week as well. Everybody's back during next week, but next week's a tough one as well because it's later this week.
Thank you for coming to Shabbos. We're testing out.
We're testing.
Do you like little things? We're testing stuff for our pockets, our bag. We're not doing it for you. We're coming, resources for that.
I should try that.
Everybody on it?